Hi guys, thank you all for 900 subscribers. So for the 900 subscriber special, I'm going to read Avengers number 89. So this is a part of the Kree Skrull War story arc. I'm not going to read the other Kree Skrull War stories yet because I need to read the other Marvel comics. So it's going to be a long while until you get the other ones. But I was just reading this one because someone recommended to me a while ago, and I wanted to save it for a subscriber special. So the Avengers, the only good alien is a dead alien. Co-starring Captain Marvel, the man without a world. The mighty Avengers. They write songs about the moon over Miami, but it isn't the moon that's on your mind tonight, alien. It's the shadows, isn't it? Yes, the shadows. There's no escaping them, you know. Not anywhere on Earth. So you might as well turn, face them, like a beast at bay. No! It can't be you! Not here. Not now. The only good alien. Stan Lee, editor. Roy Thomas, writer. Sal Buscema, artist. Sam Granger, inker. Sam Rosen, letterer. Please, believe us. We are here as friends, not as enemies. You must come with us. You must. It's for your own good. My own good? How could you know what's best for me? What do you know about Captain Marvel? I know one thing, spaceman. You will not come peacefully with us. And so you resort to, at once, the Force. Now, at least, your true purpose is out in the open. And the sole way to dispute Force is with counterforce. Well, now will you others let me do what I must? Or, Marvel, you've got to listen to us. You are in danger. You must. Must? Who are you to tell a man of the Kree what to... What? Are you man? Or are you ghost? Neither, my friend. I am the Vision, an android, but with certain powers. How simple must it be for you with earthly criminals, power-crazed despots, but none of them ever possessed a photonic unibeam. Its carefully controlled light blasts should both solidify your frame and immobilize it. Oh, then perhaps we should see how it fares against my mutant hex power. One prejudice ingrained in me during my stay on Earth, girl, is that I never strike a lady. And so I leave you before you first force me to change my mind. Safe for the moment. Now, while they recover, I must go. You're out. You'll go all right, but not where you figured. Huh? Who? You! Phew! And who else should be the logical guy to sap Captain Marvel? Besides Rick Jones. Okay, Avengers. I did your dirty work for you. You can come out now and pick up the pieces. I sense bitterness in your tone, young friend. Bitterness where there should be none. You should be proud of what you have done here tonight, Rick. Yeah, okay. So I'm proud. Now let's go before I toss my cookies, huh? Luck was with us. No one stumbled across our Quinjet here in the park. Good. If the authorities found Marvel just now, there would be questions, red tape. And we mustn't even think of how disastrous that would be, both for Marvel and for the world. You seem strangely silent, Wanda. Is something... I was merely thinking. This man is an alien, marooned here from a distant star. While Pietro and I are mutants, no more at home on Earth than he. We are all strangers in a strange land. He says nothing, this man-robot, for Wanda has her brother, and even Marvel his memories. But what has an android, save the emptiness of the present and the dread of endless tomorrow? Then, more than one reverie is interrupted, as, "Make yourselves presentable, people. One understaffed hospital, coming right up." "Everything's set at this end, Dr. Donaldson. Now if those costume clowns we're waiting for will just show up, we can..."
"These costumed clowns are here, fellow. Our apologies that human lives do not flow as smoothly as clockwork. Or perhaps I should say, as a countdown."
"The Avengers! I'm sorry you had to hear that. My assistant is overwrought, as we all are, I'm sure. Strap the alien in the decontamination chair, at once."
"Alien? He's got a name, Doc. It's Marvel."
"Please, son. What if the Avengers... If what the Avengers radioed ahead is true, there is no time for divisive anger. Only for desperate measures."
"Is it working? Can we save both him and the Earth?" It's too soon to know, my sister. We must wait." "Yes, wait. And pray. Those of us who can pray. I've been doing that all along. Please, dear God, he's got to pull through. He's got to. Because if he doesn't, then I killed him." Sure. I know there's people who wouldn't call me a murderer. Like my manager, Mordecai P. Boggs, for instance, who was out front when it all started. Thanks for the hand, troops. From a long brother who's a long, long way from home. Now here's a little number Then it began. Suddenly, without warning. The pain I had known before. I gotta take 5. Be right back. I guess I meant that when I said it. Even when I staggered into the back alley right off the Bleecker Street. "Why? I know it's you, Marvel. It's gotta be you. But why now? In the middle of a gig that could be my big break?" Yet something has happened. Something that may affect the strange bond between us. If you'll only... Yeah, I'll listen. If you mean there's a chance we'll be rid of each other for keeps.
I didn't want to do that, Rick. You have to take my word on that for now. That's precisely what I mean, lad. Look. Do you know the man whose mental image I'm projecting? That soul in supreme torment?
Huh? Is there anybody this side of a boob tube who doesn't? It's Reed Richards, head honcho of the Fantastic Four. But it can't be. He looks like he's in the negative zone.
And so he is, Rick. Or at least he was. But now you can see that he was not alone.
Anybody out there not recognize this titanic tableau from FF number 109? So yeah, I will read that eventually. That's a really good story. Mr. Fantastic fights Annihilus.
For this is Annihilus, quasi-human lord of the negative zone. Annihilus, forever seeking the gateway from his world, so that he may ravage ours. Annihilus, the living death who walks. But little did even Annihilus know of another who inhabited his cheerless cosmos. One consigned there by blind chance, and able to escape his fate for only 3 hours at a time, by trading atoms with a denizen of the outer world. With you, Rick Jones. No, Annihilus could not see me, but I watched, as a spell from the beyond somehow filled a universe with specters of Reed Richards, till even Annihilus could not tell which was which. Only then could the master scientist make his headlong leap toward a hole which briefly yawned between this cosmos
and your own. A pinprick of light and energy, which lasted but long enough for Richards to pass through it. And then was gone, leaving me more alone, even more desolate than before. And that, Rick Jones, is why I... Look, give me some credit for brains, will you? I know you want me to open that gate for you again, and I want to do it. But how the devil do I... You will find the answer you seek, lad, at the headquarters of the Fantastic Four. Hey, hold it! Come back here! Nuts. The way he did a fade out. I must have really ticked him off. Well, serves me right, I guess. I've let him stew in that neg zone dump for a long time. Well, I went the boy Starlet route. Guess I owe Marvel something for that. Only the Baxter building there ain't exactly a walk-up, and I had to go trade in my mountain goat last week. This is no time for wry sidecrat. This is no moment for wry sarcasm, Rick, but for action. Oh, so now we're on speaking terms again, eh? Okay. I'll do the Switch Adams bit one more time. But only because it might be the last. That's all there was to it. Just a banging together of those old golden gizmos on my wrists. A half-second of fireworks. And then it was Captain Marvel's turn to play hero, while I cool my heels in the neg zone. Don't worry, Rick. I'll get you out as soon as... Uh-oh. Just right there, fella. Till I see if you got a building pass. Sorry. I gotta disappoint you, guard. But I've waited far too long already. Phew. I better get outside, in case any more guards hear that scuffle. There's really no need to break into the FF special elevator. Not while my negabands give me the power of flight. So why didn't you think of that before, big man? Hurry up, will you? I've got the feeling I'm being watched here in the neg zone. Impossible, Rick. While the aura of negativism surrounds you. Besides, it serves you right for letting me languish there for weeks on end. The 35th floor. Here comes the payoff. Perhaps I best get this over with quickly. Every day I talk more and more like a bona fide Earthman. Steel locked and 3 inches thick at least. But then I hardly expected a welcome mat. All I need is the barest finger to hold. Just a finger hold, and I shall prevail. That made enough noise to wake up the dead, let alone a superhero. So the FF must be gone, as I guessed from the absence of lights. Now to work. Marvel has chosen his night well. The Fantastic Four are away at Whisper Hill, and several Avengers stalk the eons-old menace called Cyclop, as seen in last issue, Stan. Yet even so, one Avenger remains always on monitor duty, alone with his thoughts, so that he is nearly relieved when the signal from the Baxter building. Then what the FF feared has come true. Ding, bing, bing. Someone has made a forced entry into their quarters. Reed Richards said his wife had a premonition of such a thing happening tonight. But I have always been disdainful of such human feelings. Until now. Calling Pietro, calling Wanda. FF alert, FF alert. Proceed as planned to Quinjet area. Repeat, proceed. No, I don't know who's talking here. Good Lord, lights! Writhing like huge living tentacles from the top floor. What? We shall find out, Pietro, in precisely 30 seconds. Whatever it may be, I pray our combined powers can cope with it. Look, isn't that one of the Avengers ships? Yeah, but they're on their way to a superheroes convention. They better hustle, while the Baxter building's still standing. Blasted. I thought my Kree training would allow me to master any Earthian invention in moments, but Reed Richards' genius is far beyond any that I have encountered on this planet. Still, I think I have it now. You better do more than think, Starman, 'cause I can still feel eyes boring right into me, into my soul. Hurry, man, hurry! It'll take several seconds for the machine to build power, Rick. Then, you must leap for your life, for the gateway will remain open for only a few moments.
Correction, intruder. The mysterious gateway which you referred to shall remain open, not at all.
Avengers, 3 of you! No, you won't stop me. You must not stop me. I've got no time to explain. No time to... Jump, Rick, now!
Many have noted only the antagonism between Rick Jones and the alien Marvel, the tension that must ever exist between interdependent youth and maturity.
You came through, lad. What is it? I wasn't alone when I passed through that hole. There was something else with me. Something I can feel. Something that's here right now.
The boy Rick speaks the truth. Behold, a living entity stands there, a thing which radiates an almost palpable evil.
Yes, I can sense it too. We all do.
Something out of the negative zone. Marvel. It's the one you told me about.
So I gotta do Annihilus. I gotta get prepared for Annihilus's voice, because
Annihilus, you sibbering juvenile. Annihilus. He who has long sought entrance into this world and was denied it, and who now shall conquer it, as once he did subjugate the negative zone.
Suddenly, it's very easy to tell hero from villain in this melee. No, he's too inhuman. My hex power won't.
You dare to speak as if being human was a virtue, and this one dares hurl his impotence against me. If these are your champions, your world is truly doomed.
perhaps you are superior in sheer raw power. But there are other ways, desperate ways. Rick, you are the closest. Turn on the transmitter, if you can.
Yeah, I saw Marvel do it. But you're standing right in front of it. You might...
Do not argue with me, Rick. Do it.
Ha! I was a fool. Almost as great a fool, perhaps, as any of you. I should never have stood here so long, for now the negative zone begins to draw me back with a force even I cannot defy. But I will not be pulled back. Thwarted I will not. Nor will you dare to let me go when my going would mean that one of your own number would go with me.
For a fleeting instant, it seems neither of the pair will be drawn into the swirling vortex, for the android Avenger has greatly multiplied his mass through sheer mental effort. But no sooner does a bestial leer curl the corners of an evil mouth than...
What? He is fading, becoming intangible, my fingers slipping through him.
You boasted of your power, monster. That is one of mine. They are persistent. Those final infuriated screams. They echo through benighted corridors for a long, long time.
Well, Marvel, Rick has told us of you in the past. And so, perhaps, now we can end this.
Marvel? He's gone.
And him, with our Quinjet. He mastered its controls in seconds.
Then we shall contact him at our leisure, and assure him that... What instrument is that, which glows thus?
It seems to be a radiation reading device.
Some sort of super sensitive Geiger counter. And it seems to be going wild. No, it's dying now. But that's where Marvel was standing. Then you think that he picked up something during all the weeks I left him simmering in the negative zone. Radiation, perhaps, maybe. That might kill him. Or which might build into an eventual chain reaction, which might destroy all the world. Tell me, Rick, for I think I've guessed the bond between you. What was Marvel's previous time limit for remaining on Earth? No more than 3 hours. Then we must find him, treat him, before that period is ended, just to be sure. Take this weapon, lad. It may help, if and when. If only we knew where to look. I've got an idea or two on that score. Quickie. Starting with the sovereign state of Florida. The negative bands have long since dissolved from my wrist. But I still feel so strange. But must make it to the Cape. Commandeer a rocket. And try to modify it. What? The ship is faltering. Losing altitude. Fool that I am. The fuel gauge reads empty. But nothing will stop me. Now that I'm so close, I can fly no longer. But in this planet's lesser gravity, I can still leap. And a human beam blaster I once hid near here will help me reach my ultimate destination. Which is nothing less than the Kree Galaxy. But he never reached the stars, did he, Avengers? We brought him down to Earth like a wounded sparrow. You did what had to be done, Rick Jones. Now watch. The machine is humming. The draining off process is begun.
Let it work. Dear Lord. Please let it work.
We've drained off some of the radiation, Doc, but there's more, and we've used up nearly all our power. Amazing! The negative radiation is far more powerful than we imagined. But if the decontamination isn't total, the radiation will build up all over again, feed upon itself until... No, we must find another power source, somehow.
Would solar power be sufficient?
It sure would, but where?
From me, Doctor. All mankind knows that I am an android, an incomplete copy of a human being. But few know that my body eats, stores, and utilizes the unequaled energy of the sun itself, all through the uncanny jewel on my forehead.
But if we tap that energy, what about you?
I will have to take my chances, Dr. Donaldson. If the nega power within Captain Marvel builds to a critical mass, there will be no chance for any of us. Then, amidst the dim half-light of a lab, whose existence most people hardly suspect, there is enacted a scene more strange than truth or fiction. Zzz, as burst after flaring burst of solar energy erupts from the brow of the unmoving vision, to sear again and again the eldritch, invisible aura which surrounds the unconscious man of the Kree, until...
Stop! That's enough! Any more might kill them both. They both seem so terribly still, Doc. Are they? They will both survive, if I have calculated correctly. I only pray that I have.
Dr. Henry Pym has often told us of how you once worked together, and of how he has complete confidence in your judgment. Could we then have less?
So she said that first. Sorry about that. So she says, "Could we have that less?" And then Quicksilver says that.
I saw the Vision breathing, or whatever he does, but Marvel looks so still. Come, Rick. We can do nothing now. Yeah, but we've done enough, ain't we? maybe too much. All Marvel wanted was to make it back to the world where he was born. And now, he may never see it again.
There are things you cannot know, Rick Jones. Things transpiring more light years from Earth than man can count. But if you knew them, if Marvel knew them, you would both wish you had never heard of the Kree Galaxy. For even now, in the vast hall which houses the Intelligence Supreme, awesome entity composed of the greatest minds of the Kree's limitless past,
You! How have you escaped the fate to which I once did sentence you? How dare you come here, in the presence of the Intelligence Supreme?
Few things, Great One, are beyond the daring of Ronan the Accuser.
last seen and imprisoned in Captain Marvel number 16, Stan.
But ere I explain further, the viewer will show me the one I hate most in all the universe, my greatest foe, my coming victim, the one called Marvel.
Victim, you speak as a madman, and shall be dealt as such. But where are my guardsmen? Where?
Dead, killed by the minions who freed me. Now do you see? It is Ronan who rules. Ronan! And a wise ruler, a truly wise ruler, never grants amnesty to those who may endanger that rule. Thus, I shall do that which has ever been within our power. Behold now the omni-powered Kree sentry, which lies motionless in the place that Earthmen call the Cape.
See Captain Marvel number 2, Stan.
The Earthmen fools think fools that they be, think it lifeless. Yet, even they stand guard over it, day and night and day, as if sensing that, if we but will it, the century shall live, and they must perish. Can you see it, Great One? He is like a living engine of destruction, loosed in an anthill. He heeds but one command. He has but one goal, from which not all the power of Earth can slay him. That goal, kill Captain Marvel, and all who stand beside him.
Next, the only good Earth is a dead Earth. So that's the end of that video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for 900 subscribers again. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later.